Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Martin Luther King Jr. Greetings. My name is Joseph Yagar. Welcome to another Life in Perspective broadcast. My objective is to provide thought-provoking discussions so you can optimize your perspective on life. In 1998, the 42nd President of the United States, Bill Clinton, was impeached due to his inappropriate relationship with White House intern Monica Lewinsky. In post-scandal interviews, Mr. Clinton said that the affair helped him manage his anxieties and that he did it for the worst possible reason, just because he could. Before I continue, please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already done so by clicking the subscribe link below. It's free and would be much appreciated. You may also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. According to the Oxford Languages Dictionary, sexual harassment is defined as behavior characterized by the making of unwelcome and inappropriate sexual remarks or physical advances in a workplace or other professional or social situation. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission reports receiving approximately 12,000 sex-based allegations annually. A joint national study released in May of 2019 found that 81% of women and 43% of men reported experiencing some form of sexual harassment and/or assault in their lifetime. That includes verbal, cyber, stalking, flashing, and touching. Although these numbers are staggering, research further suggests that there is a high percentage of incidents that never get reported. Let's face it, to report, investigate, and pursue legal action on every incident is unrealistic, nor is my objective to have a legal debate. Like any other potential misstep in judgment, there are multiple interpretations and perspectives. And today, I am simply here to share mine, and would love to hear yours in the comments below. In my opinion, there is one word in the definition above that makes it simple, at least for me, to avoid a misstep. That word is unwelcome. That sentiment by the so-called harassed party can occur at different stages of the interaction. The unwelcome part may pop up for them with eye contact from across the room, which they desperately attempt to avoid and which is still a step or two from becoming complicated. But it can also pop up in the heat of passion right before intercourse, where a forced attempt to push through may land someone in jail. When you sift through some of the many sexual harassment trial transcripts, it's easy to see that this type of interaction is too often between someone with power or authority and a subordinate. The hierarchy and abuse of power exists, be it in corporate, entertainment, political, religious, educational, military, athletic, correctional, and every other environment you can think of. And although it is suggested that it is easier for victims to come forward and expect justice, there are still many victims that choose to stay silent. I too wondered why someone would choose to stay silent, so I dug deeper. According to psychotherapist and author Beverly Engel, the main reasons victims stay silent is shame, denial, and fear of the consequences. Instead, they choose to live with the side effect, which range from anxiety to suicide. Further research also shows that many sexual harassment victims were sexually abused as children and have been living with that shame long before being harassed as adults. It's been suggested that sexual energy is the dominant energy that drives all our actions. Some express it through competitiveness, some through creativity, and some, well, through sex. When it isn't channeled towards other endeavors, it manifests in sexuality, be it inappropriate or otherwise. Just because we can't emulate our caveman ancestors by taking what we want without legal or moral consequences doesn't mean our carnal desires are dissipated. We simply have to navigate the boundaries now in force, be they legal or moral, and deal with the consequences, be what they may. As far as I'm concerned, in the context of intimate interactions, no means no. Just because someone is dressed in what may be considered asking for it, doesn't mean I'm the one being asked. Just because one may have authority in a particular setting, doesn't mean they have authority over someone's dignity. This does not mean we shouldn't ask and even pursue a person of interest. But in my opinion, when there is a clear sign the other party does not wish to move in the same direction consensually, we walk away. There is always someone else. We may have pride, but so does the other person. No one is worth the ramification that may result from acting out on a whim of a wounded ego. As Phil Good succinctly said, when someone oversteps our boundaries, they're letting us know that what we want doesn't matter. I too hope and work for a world where boundaries are respected by all. But until that dream becomes a reality, we must take responsibility to set and protect our boundaries and stop being silent about things that matter. Please let me know what topics you would like my perspective on in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.